Hi guys, welcome to today's stream. Today's stream is about how you can better use social media stories. We will be starting soon. Let's wait for others to join. Hi. There was an issue on our side. My bad. So what I was telling is giving you an overview of what we will be discussing today. We'll start with what are stories and why you should be concerned about stories, because and move on to where you can be posting stories and which type of stories goes on which content. Because today, if you look at social media, every social media, be it Facebook, WhatsApp, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, every social media platform you name has some or the other version of stories associated with it. And that's why you have to make sure that you are aligned based on that platform's algorithms, and I will be helping you with that. And finally, how stories, that is where we will be discussing strategies and a few case studies regarding how stories can impact your course sales. Moving on. What are stories? Stories, what we can understand by default, is a small 24-hour window period on which a certain post will be visible on your feed. This can be your WhatsApp, this can be your Instagram, this can be your Facebook, anything. What's the best thing about story is that stories are short content, even shorter than reels or TikToks, which we have got accustomed to. This caters to the very small attention span of today's generation, making sure that they are hooked onto your channel, they are hooked onto your content, and they watch more of it. This is a way, there are various unique ways to engage your students and prospects in the form of stickers, in the form of quizzes, in the form of polls, all on your stories. Next is, why should you care? Why should you care about what stories are? Why should you be posting stories? Number one, attention retention. So, as I spoke earlier, the attention span of today's generation, of anyone today on the internet, has decreased drastically. Studies have shown that the attention span, which was once over 5 to 7 minutes, has come down to barely 18 to 20 seconds. In this era, stories are the best way to communicate your material very quickly. This can be, as I said, in the form of stickers, in the form of quizzes, in the form of short quotes, whichever you like, wherever you like. Stories are a great way to show your brand. They are a great way to dress up a personality of your brand in front of the students, and also showcase snippets from your courses which will make them interested. So you can also use the story platform as, let's say, like a trailer launch for your course, and because of it being very short, they will be hooked onto it, they keep on scrolling, and they stay on your feed. Next is reach and visibility. Unlike even if I do talk about, if I do talk content, the platform specific content, if I talk about Instagram, unlike reels and photo, stories gain much more higher traction very easily. Same goes with YouTube, where you can post a video of, let's say, 1 to 2 hours and get an average watch time of maybe 1 minute, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, which is very small percentage of your entire video. Whereas if you posted smaller snippets of that video in the form of YouTube stories or Instagram stories, even though the watch time comparatively stays same, which is under or around 1 minute, but in terms of percentage, this is a huge percentage, and therefore the reach and visibility increases. So stories help you reach and engage with newer audience much quickly and for longer durations. You can also share stories on different platforms, as I said. You can share the same story on Instagram, on WhatsApp, on YouTube, on Facebook, so on and so forth. And finally, traffic. All these things, why are we doing it? The ultimate goal for us is to generate more and more traffic for our course sales, so that more people visit our website, more people purchase our courses. So once they are aware of you, once they keep on scrolling on your stories, once they stick to your social media platform, it will make them understand you on a much more better level. It will make you generate personal relationships with them, and it will finally drive them to your website for your course. Then, what are the best strategies you should be using for social media stories? Number one, plan ahead. Definitely. You should have a clear goal in your mind. I will be showing you how you can generate these plans with the help of ChatGPT or Bing, but have a clear goal in your head. Why do you want to post the story? What is your goal? What is the end goal with the story? Do you want more people to visit your website? Do you want more people to know who you are? Do you want more people to, let's say, purchase your course directly? Do you want more people to maybe use a coupon codes? Whatever your goal is, have that in mind. And also, what your audience is. You should cater your stories, any social media content for that matter, to your audience specifically. Their genders, their geographical locations, their ages, their interests, all these are factors which you must keep into consideration, and plan these things in the head. Plan a calendar, maybe today, plan a calendar for the next week or the next month would be the best solution, so that you know your what kind of stories or what kind of social media content is going on your social media channels, on your social media platforms for the entire month. This will give you a high sense of assurance as to having a good strategy for your social media stories. Next is high visuals. Since this is a very short duration in which you have to say a lot, high visuals can help. You can use graphics, you can use telemetry, you can use clip art graphics, you can use gifs, but stay high res. The better quality images, the better quality videos they will be more relevant, they will be more engaging. And Instagram also allows you to use music directly, so does YouTube. So, and with music you can rank. So how it happens is, when you are using a certain music on Instagram and there are more people using that particular music track for their stories, and then all those stories or social media posts ranked on the base of visibility, so that even if you're not ranked on the top, you will be ranked somewhere, and then your channel ultimately gets a good amount of visibility. Finally, optimize. You have to make sure that you optimize your stories for every single content, for every single social media page. Be it the aspect ratio of the story, be it the length. Instagram allows stories up to 1 minute, whilst YouTube allows up to 15 minutes. So you have to be sure about that. Tailor your stories to fit each platform's feature, and also use the platform specific tools and options. Instagram for stories gives you many options to use from. It gives you stickers, it gives you polls, it gives you a permission, it gives you a chance to add music, it gives you MCQ type questions which you can be using, and all this really helps you to improve, to make a balanced social media story platform. Next, moving on to the step 4, which is your monitoring the metrics. Whatever you post, ultimate goal of your social media stories is that you get good amount of people to your website. So you have to check what is happening. When you're posting a story with a link, how many people are clicking on that link? When you're posting a story with a tag, how many people are visiting those tags? If you're linking another account, how many people are linking, how many people are going to that, how many people are responding to the stories? If you're posting a question answer type story, what are they responding, and what is the ratio of the responses? All these things you have to keep in mind, and you have to track them so that you can better your story game. These are a few examples of how the Instagram stories work. The first one is a link. It's very simple. You can just post a simple story saying visit my new course today and attach a link. The next one is a question answer type story, wherein you ask your students what their doubts are. These types of stories helps you generate more user generated content, and Instagram really appreciates good user generated content, and this will ultimately help you gain more followers on Instagram. So how this works is, you post this story with the question type of sticker and ask whatever your question is. In this particular example, I have asked ask your doubts from today's session. It can be anything very specific to you. Every student, everyone who follows you, if you have a private account, everyone who follows you, if you have a public account, anyone under the sun can reply or respond to this in the form of an answer. You can go through all the answers, you can re-upload the answers in the form of you explaining them and giving them specific link to that explanation if that is there in the course, ultimately upselling your course. And finally is an MCQ type question, wherein you ask what I have asked here is, there are how many isotopes of hydrogen there are. So of course, if I were to click 3, it would become green, and anything else would become red. So this is a good opportunity for students to practice what they know. These are a few material references, blogs if I may, and I will be showing you these. everyone will be receiving this presentation in the form of a link, so you can go to this particular blog, which will help you understand what stories are and how do they work. I am afraid there is a problem with the link, but feel free to go through this presentation once. And when you talk about how, as I was telling you, that how you can plan your stories is simply go to ChatGPT or Bing for this matter. In Bing, you can I would suggest use the creator mode, and then give them your persona. Let's say I am a maths instructor teaching class 12 maths, and I want to upload stories on Instagram to better my social visibility. My students, so of course, as mentioned in the presentation, be sure to give them the not just your persona but also what your audience are. So my students are both male and female, aged uh, 17 to 18, mostly in the Uttar Pradesh region of India. Give me relevant ideas. So of course, yeah, just waiting on it. See, it gives you good ideas. I haven't given him the topics which I teach, but if I would give being the topics as well, it would have made the ideas for story much more centralized under my umbrella, and things which will be only helping me as a teacher. So this is it from my side for the webinar. I will be taking up questions. If there are any, please feel free to write them in the YouTube chat section, and I'll be waiting for like a few minutes, and please feel free to drop your questions in. I hope this was a useful session. These videos will be available for your use later as well. And that's it from my side. Adios. Have a great evening ahead. See you soon, everyone. Thank you.